Kitkatscanread. Hello everybody, my name's Katie and welcome to another video. Today I'm bringing you guys my June book haul. All the books I've accumulated throughout the month of June are going to be compiled with several clips into this actual video. It's just a lot easier for me to just film as soon as I get them, that way I don't lose track of them, because they end up normally either going straight to the bookshed or they'll go in the bookshelf up here, and I just don't want to leave them lying around and forgetting about them and forgetting which ones I've hauled and stuff. So it's just a lot easier to do it this way. So without further ado, I'm going to get started. I've got a couple of books to start off for you, and today is the 3rd of June now. So this one actually came yesterday, or the other day, is either the 1st or the 2nd, and this is To Sleep in a Sea of Stars by Christopher Paolini. Now, for those of you that have been watching me, you'll probably be like, hang on a minute, didn't you not own this book? And it's like, no, I borrowed it from the library. I reserved it from the library because 1, it's an adult sci-fi, 2, it's massively huge, and I didn't know if I was going to enjoy it or not. And I have discovered over the past few months of me borrowing the library book that I haven't really had time to read it, and I am really invested in the book, but I just, you know, I'm doing readathons at the moment that this is not fitting in, and you know, when I've been moving house I just haven't had the chance to fit this sort of book in. I've been in more of a contemporary mood because my life's just been busy. However, when I was reading this I was really enjoying it. I was really intrigued by what was going on and I couldn't wait to read more. But it's huge, but look at it guys, it's huge. So yes, I managed to get it on Amazon. It was £7.50 including postage. I thought, this is great. It was sent from Amazon's warehouse, and so it's a used good condition, so it looks really good as you can tell. Just like a couple of bits with, you know, the cover and everything, but I want it to read, you know. So I thought that's a really good price considering they sell at full price for £20 in bookstores like Waterstones and W.H. Smith and all of that. So £7.50 including postage to me is really good. So I've already put my bookmark and I still remember where I left off, which is handy, and I've put in all the tabs that I had in the library book as well. They're sort of like roughly around 30 pages. It's sort of like an easy number to go with reading it every day. Like if I wanted to, like 1 month, just have this book on the go, I could like sit down, read like 30 pages at a time, because it's a huge book. It's over 800 pages. So this is the story of this female called Kira, and on a routine survey mission she goes onto an uncolonized planet and they find an alien relic, and then she's like really excited that she's found it, but it turns out that something has happened to her. So this like strange little dust like stuff is there. Luna, get down. So she finds this strange dust like stuff is there, and then the next minute she wakes up and everyone's like, what on earth? And then shit literally happens, that's all I can say. And it's like, WTF. So it's really cool. I really like it myself, and I'm like, wow, okay, I did not see this coming. I'm really enjoying it, like I say, so far. I just want to find a month where I can continue on with it, because I really need like just to have a month where there's just no readathons that have any prompts or where I'm forcing myself to read something. I want a nice relaxed month where there's no readathons going on and I just want to enjoy this book. So I don't know what the readathons are happening pretty soon, like in July or August, but I would like to continue on with this. However, the months of like June, July, August are like summery sort of months, and I tend to really enjoy my contemporaries, but I feel like I could dive into this again. So yeah, I'm really super happy that I've managed to get my own copy of this now, because I can read at my own leisure. This book literally arrived today. That is Becoming Mila by Estelle Mascamé. Estelle Mascamé is one of my favourite authors. I haven't read all of her books, but the ones I've read by her so far I have absolutely loved. And her Dimily series, oh my gosh, so good. Like, literally, I've only read the first 2 books in the series and already she's like an automatic favourite author of mine. She just knows how to get you, and if you really like your like stepbrother romances, it's just so good. Like there's There's tension galore, the romance, the, oh my goodness, just the appeal that comes, oh man, it's so good. So this is her new latest book that literally is just released. This is about Mila, who's 16 years old, and she is an ordinary LA girl except for her A-list actor dad. His next big movie premiere is on the horizon. The media spotlight is intense. Mila's antics make headlines. Something must be done. So then exit Mila, dispatched to a small town, Tennessee, to cool off. It's summer. She's off the grid in the middle of nowhere. But no sooner than they've arrived, she falls out in spectacular style with the local mayor's son called Blake. Blake knows just how to rattle Mila. He also knows just how she feels. He gets the drama, the dynamics, and the tricky parents. Perhaps they have far more in common than either of them care to admit. It shimmers with friendship, family frictions, and romance. It's set to the beat of Nashville over a long hot summer. It's the first book in a new trilogy. Ooh, I thought it was going to be a standalone for some reason. I'm really excited now. So this I might like plonk in this month. I think because of like the whatever you want-a-thon, you can actually read whatever you want, and this could pass for contemporary as well as like blue on the cover, like a blue cover. So I'm really excited about this, and it could be one that I might read very, very soon. Hello, the second week of June now, and I picked up Between the Lines by J.D. McCall, Samantha Van Leer. This was in a free bookshelf library that was in Tesco's in Tower Park in Poole, and it's like you leave a donation and you can take some books. So I had a little look there, and I did used to own this book and I just couldn't get into it, but I really want to. So I'm just wondering if like a few years down the line maybe I will be more into this book, but at the time I just really couldn't get into this. But I know that it is so highly loved, and this is literally the story of a girl who absolutely loves her fairy tales, and everybody else is going off dating and cheerleading and are popular. They love the comfort of a happy ending, and knowing that there'll be no surprises, they get the biggest surprise of all. When Prince Oliver looks out from the page and speaks to her, they must decide, what will she do? Will she do as Oliver asks and help him break out of the book, or is this her only chance to escape into happily ever after? Read between the lines of her total enchantment. So it sounds cool because a prince coming out of a book and them jumping in. At the time I think it just seemed really young for me. I just feel like I couldn't get into it. So I thought when I saw it again, because I'm meaning to like give it a go and see what I think. This is literally pretty much like brand new. There's like no dent to the spine whatsoever. So I got it again, thought why not. I just left a few bits of change just towards the charity pot, and yeah, doing good for some charity, as well as picking up a book again and giving it another chance. So we shall see what I think about this one. I have got a couple more books here to share with you guys, and it's the 10th of June. This first one is Kate in Waiting by Becky Orbitali. For those of you that have been watching, you should be aware that I did read an e-arc of this last month, and I really enjoyed it. So when my good friend Laura from Minxlovers123, she was selling it on her eBay, and I had to get my hands on the physical copy of it because I really enjoyed this book so much. It's full of LGBT characters and it's just really cute. By the end of it I was just really happy. This is basically about best friends Kate and Anderson, and basically they're doing this like play, and then there's this like famous guy who is going to be like part of it, and they've both got big crush on them, and it ends up being like a little kind of like rivalry between them of like who's gonna like end up like trying to get with them sort of thing, and it sort of like tests their friendship. And there are so many characters in this. Like I said, there are LGBT, there's like trans, there's bisexuals and like lesbians, like, you know, gay, all of it is pretty much in this novel. Just everywhere. Like, it seems to be like a quite sort of like open book. Like, a lot of people are quite open about their sexualities in this book, which is really, really good, and I really like that. And about some people that are also discovering their sexualities too. But it's really, really good, and it rolls around theatre and the testing of friendship, and yeah, I really, really enjoyed it. So now I've got a physical copy of it, so really happy to have that now. The other book that I've got that also Laura was selling was Off the Record by Cameron Garrett. She was kind of like talking about this book to me, and I saw she had it on her eBay, and I was like, you know what, let's give it a go. It sounded really interesting. It's about Josie, who's 17. She's living a young journalist's dream. She wins a contest to write a celebrity profile for her favourite magazine, and she meets a charming new actor at its very centre. But there's a dark side to all the glitz and glamour. They're suddenly in the perfect position to expose it. A young actress trusts her with a terrible secret. They realise that they're over the head. Is it a story that they want to tell? What if they let down the woman that trusted her with that secret? And will it reveal and jeopardise her career before it's even begun? There's so many reasons to forget exactly what she's been told. One secret is followed by another and another until they need to decide whether they got to step up, whether they can bear to sacrifice for the truth. So it's literally just kind of like about them pretty much. Can they keep this secret, or are they gonna burst, and you know, or will this really, really sort of like help their career? That's like kind of what it sounds like. But when Laura was describing it as when she was currently reading it, I was like, you know what, that actually sounds really interesting. And then when I saw she was selling it, I was like, you know what, gonna have to get my hands on it. I got an additional book here that I got from a free bookshelf that's at my work. This is Showdown by Tilly Bagshaw. This is a chunky chick lit book that is basically about Minnie, who is stuck at her parents' farm. Her dream of making it as a jockey in tatters, forbidden from riding after an accident. They must watch her brother pursuing the career that she's wanted really badly. And then an attractive Bobby Cameron arrives, and last in line of an old cowboy family and heir to the Highwood Ranch in California. He has every woman on the racing circuit swooning, and then he offers Minnie the chance to work on his ranch, so she jumps to the opportunity. Is it going to be the answer to her prayers, or more than she bargained for? So it's quite chunky chick lit, like I say, but it just sounded, I don't know, quite interesting. I just like the sound of, you know, pursuing career, and you know, wondering what's going to happen with this Bobby, and sort of like a cowboy part of this as well. Like, I've not really read any sort of like cowboy romances or anything, so I don't know how this is going to go. But it just sounded really interesting. I have got another book for you guys. This is actually a book that I have read before, and I read this as an ebook and I loved it, and I never continued on with the series, and I never read like any other books by this author until kind of like now, let's just say. So this was the first book that I've read by this author, and this book is Bully by Penelope Douglas. I loved this book so much when I read it like a few years ago as an ebook. I was addicted to it, I adored it. And this is like an enemies, well, it's like a friends, like best friends to enemies to lovers book. So yes, there's like all of that going on. But basically they used to be best friends, and now he bullies her, and I think they sort of like have some sort of like conflict moment where something like, you know, comes across, and then they're a bit vulnerable again, and yeah, it's very, very, very like hate to lovey. So it says here, my name is Tate, but he doesn't call me that. He would never refer to me by a friendly nickname. He barely speaks to me, and he won't leave me alone. Once upon a time we were best friends. Then he turned on me and made it his mission to ruin my life. I have been humiliated, shut out and gossiped about throughout high school. His pranks and rumours got worse as time wore on. I made myself sick trying to stay out of his way. I even went to France for a year just to avoid him, but I'm done hiding from him now. There's no way in hell I'll allow him to ruin another year. He might not have changed, but I have, and it's time to fight back. So I don't really remember this book of like particular details because it has been like a few years, but I just remember loving it. I just remember being addicted to it, and plus it's Penelope Douglas. So yeah, I've got my hands on this now, so I can reread this really soon. And yeah, I look forward to giving it a read again, and then hopefully I can continue on with the series because it is part of a series. and it's Penelope Douglas, who I am just discovering that I absolutely love her books. Like, this isn't the only book I'm loving. I'm loving another one of hers as well that I'm reading. So she could be a new favourite of mine. I've got a box that arrived the other day like this. I was a bit like, what is this? So I like opened it up already, so I have already seen this. And this is actually a lovely sort of like promotion from the lovely publishers, and I'm just gonna like open it with you. But basically it comes with this poster. I'll just share this poster with you really quick, but it's basically a bigger version of a small like A5 bit of this, which is going to be like the book cover, I believe. So The Upper World by Femi Fadagwa. Time awaits for no one until now. I believe it's kind of got like time travel and stuff in it, which is really cool. But like, it came with this lovely tote bag, and we all know I love my tote bags. I do use them actually. I do use them for like bookish items. Like, I'll just open it up for you guys to see. There we go. The Upper World. So it comes with that tote bag, which is like really cool. And also I've got here Blaze, a Denon's notebook right here as well, and in it there's only like one note, letter number 1, which is right here, which is really cool. And there we go. So Blaze's notebook, which is really cool. And then the actual proof copy itself, and this doesn't actually come out until August, which is really cool, but it sounds amazing. Like, it sounds so good. And it's already soon to be a Netflix film. So, here we go. So, 2 teenagers a generation apart. Esso is running out of time and into trouble, and Ria is orphaned and searching for answers. One catastrophic bullet ties them together. When their fates collide, a race against the clock becomes a race against time itself. Enter the Upper World and discover the storytelling sensation from an extraordinary new talent that's blowing readers away. Soon to be a major Netflix movie starring Oscar-nominated Daniel Kaluuya, this phenomenal debut effortlessly interweaves the theory of time travel with a life or death thriller that's impossible to put down. As mind-blowing as a Christopher Nolan epic with the gritty realism of Top Boy, this is an unprecedented debut that explores what it can take to get through the day when the odds are against you, and why the future is worth fighting for. Prepare to stop time with the most epic page-turner you'll read all year. Oh, so good. So a massive thank you to Penguin Random House for sending this to me. I'm just like in complete awe of like how amazing this sounds. Like, so good. So I'm gonna try and like end up reading this like in July, and yeah, hopefully I can get around to reading it then. I should try my best to. I've just got to like pick it up. But yeah, like, thank you so much to the publisher for sending this to me, and all these like amazing goodies as well. Like, I love it when publishers just actually put a load of thought into some books and actually like just send them out to everybody. Like, I think that's really cool. It's just a great way of promoting. And then I've got the tote bag, which also promotes it, and poster as well. So yeah, really happy that I have a copy of that now, and I can't wait to read it. So if you like the sound of that, add it to your wish list. First of all, I've got here a bind-up book, which is Winter's Kiss by Jennifer Eccles and Catherine Hapka. So I traded in my 5 book tokens that were in my jar to get a few books, and I have already read like 2 of them that I'll mention in a little bit. So technically I got 2 that I hadn't read before. So this is Winter's Kiss, 2 romantic comedies, and this is a bind up of a book called The X Games and a book called The 12 Dates of Christmas. So I think they're like based around like in the snowy sort of period, but this was really cheap on Amazon, and I really wanted Jennifer Eccles books. So I was kind of like looking at them, and I was like adding them to like my wish list, but like as a sort of like save for later. And then I noticed that this was like £3.25, I think, including postage, which to me I think is like really good for a bind up book that is in pretty much like brand new condition. This is like a like new condition, I want to say, because I think it was fulfilled by Amazon by a warehouse. So yeah, it was, you know, near enough brand new copy for that price. To me that was really good. So in The X Games, we got Lexi has come up with a master plan to make Karen break up with her, get him to fall for another girl so that she'll be free when the plan goes well. Lexi starts to wonder if she hasn't made a terrible mistake. Has she let the perfect guy get away? Is it too late to get him back? And then in the other story it says Hayden and Nick's steamy relationship has ended in a frosty breakup. Now they're just friends. When they decide to go head to head in a boarding contest, the friendly competition gets heated. The sparks start to fly on and off the slopes. So yeah, 2 cute little like YA romances, so yes, I had to get my hands on that. Next of all, I got a couple of books I got from a free bookshelf that was in Tesco's. The first of which is the X-Files book called Goblins. The Truth is Out There and in Here. So X-Files I used to watch as a child. Comment down below if you used to watch it as well, but I just, yeah, I loved it so much. So this is yeah, a book. I mean, it's a horror book, so yeah, I mean, we'll see. Like, I really sort of like X-Files. I wonder what the books are like, because X-Files used to scare me. But yeah, I couldn't stop watching. So yeah, I mean, in this one it says Mulder and Scully, the FBI agents Maverick and the female agent, are assigned to keep him in line. Their job is to investigate the eeriest unsolved mysteries in modern America, from pyrophysics to death row demonics, from rampaging Sasquatches to alien invasions. The cases the Bureau wants handled quietly but quickly before the public finds out what's really out there and panics. The case is filed under X. So that's the generic story. So yeah, this one's about like goblins. So yeah, there's like loads of other books. But if I find that I do end up enjoying that, maybe I'll like end up reading the other ones. But yeah, we shall see about this one. The other book that I got was The Duchess by Amanda Foreman. So yes, now a major film. There were 3 people in her marriage. So it says here, a fascinating portrayal of a remarkable woman, a beautiful, glorious and charismatic Georgiana, Duchess of Devonshire, was an icon of her age. She was also a compulsive gambler, an influential political operator, a drug addict, a doting mother and an adulteress. In a world of decadence and excess, of great houses, extravagant parties and sexual intrigue, Georgiana, like her descendant Diana, Princess of Wales, was publicly adored but personally troubled. From a complex menage a trois with her husband and best friend to her vast gambling debts, from her adoration of her children to her passionate but doomed love for Earl Grey, she was a fascinating, contradictory woman whose story still resonates today. So yes, about a member of the sort of like royal family, and about the history, and Diana, Princess of Wales descendant. That just sounds so cool and interesting. And these last couple of books I'm sharing with you in today's clip are the first 2 books. They're in the Superlative series that I mentioned earlier. I said I got some books towards my 5 to 1, and normally I get like 1 book for like 5 tokens, but these 2 I've already read, so these would end up being like rereads. So this is Biggest Flats as well as Perfect Couple by Jennifer Eccles. This is a like high school romance like trilogy, and so basically Biggest Flats, it says here, Tia just wants to have fun. She's worked hard to earn her reputation as the life of the party. She's ready for a carefree senior year of hanging out with friends and hooking up with cute boys. Her first order of business is the new guy Will. She can't get enough of his accent and a laid-back swagger. As the sparks start to fly, Will wants to get serious. Tia's seen how caring too much has left her sisters heartbroken, and she isn't interested in commitment. Pushing Will away drives him into the arms of another girl. Tia then tells herself it's not a big deal until the yearbook elections are announced. Getting voted Biggest Flirt with Will is awkward. They may just be friends, but their chemistry is beginning to jeopardise Will's new relationship and causing Tia to reconsider her true feelings. What started as a light-hearted fling is about to get very complicated. But I remember loving this book, so it'd be really, really cool to like give that a reread again and just see if I still love it just as much, and to kind of like remember everything as well. And then Perfect Couple, it says here, as a yearbook photographer, Harper is responsible for capturing the candid photos that make high school memorable, but her own life is anything but picture perfect. Her parents' bitter divorce has left her wondering what a loving relationship looks like, and ever since the senior class voted her and star quarterback Brody the perfect couple that never was, her friends have been on the case to ask Brody out. Brody doesn't lack female admirers, but Harper can't see herself with him. He seems confused about the match too, yet they find themselves drawn together, first by curiosity about why the class paired them, and then by an undeniable bond. The truth is though that they're very attracted to each other. They have a hard time getting along, or even communicating well. If they're the perfect couple, they shouldn't be so difficult, and soon it becomes clear their class was wrong, and they throw in the towel, but both of them feel so changed from making the effort that they can't forget each other. What if this match made in hell is a perfect couple after all? I think, if I remember, this was like quite a cute one, and yeah, I think they both were quite cute actually. So yeah, so I'm really happy that I've got both of those as physical copies now, because I read them first as like ebooks, and yeah, I'm just super like that I've got them now. So yeah, really happy about those, and my 5 to 1 starts again from the beginning. Hello, it's the 28th of June and I'm here to share with you some last minute books I got. So I've got a couple of books here. I actually purchased this one, which is Instructions for Dance by Nicola Yoon. I actually purchased this from the lovely Laura at Minx Laura, and she's a great friend of mine. She was selling this on her eBay, and then she sent it along with this really small book, which is A West Side Story, Notting Hill Carnival by Candice Carty-Williams, who is the author of Queenie. So I will just quickly share with you what these books are about. So yeah, this is a real kind of like quick read, as you can kind of see. It says Sapphire is a hot-headed leader of Red Roses in an area where gang loyalty is all that matters. After a tragic event, Sapphire vows to leave her old life, friends and a gang behind. Life without the Red Roses and the violence has always followed them is certainly quieter to say the least. When she meets a boy called Apollo on her way to Notting Hill Carnival, she feels something that she's never felt before. She thinks that he could be the one, but that's until she discovers that he's a member of a rival gang called the Gold Teeth. Will she ever escape her past with the Red Roses, and how many lives will be ruined until she is done? So yeah, a West Side Story kind of like retelling. I really like the sound of that. And then this one is about Evie Thomas. When she sees a couple kiss, she gets a vision of their whole relationship from the moment they first catch each other's eye to the last bitter moments of their breakup. It's more than enough reason for her to keep boys at arm's length. But at a dance studio, she meets X, who is a tall, dreadlocked, fascinating, and they dance around and towards each other, and they find themselves wondering if, after all, love might just be worth the risk. So a lovely kind of like contemporary romance with dancing involved. I think it's so cute. So yeah, really happy to have those. And then I got some books today from Tesco's. I got Sophie Kinsella's new and latest book, Love Your Life. Haven't even read what it's about, but Sophie Kinsella is an author by author for me. It says here, I love you, but what if I can't love your life? Ava is sick of online dating. She always trusted her own instincts over an algorithm, and she wants a break from it all. So when she signs up to a semi-silent anonymous writing retreat in Italy, love is the last thing that's on her mind. She meets a handsome stranger, and all she knows is that he's funny, kind, and he's great in bed. He's equally smitten. After a whirlwind, intoxicating affair, they pledge their love without even knowing each other's real names. When they return home, reality then hits. They're both driven mad by each other's weird quirks and annoying habits, from his eccentric and naked swimmer-loving family to a terribly behaved shirt-shredding dog. As disaster follows disaster, it seems that while they can love each other, they just can't love each other's lives. Can they overcome their differences to find one life together? It sounds like it's going to be so funny. Look how blue this is though. It's bluer than me, but yeah. Looking forward to giving that a read at some point. Then I've got here Blackout by Nicola Yoon, Angie Thomas, Ashley Woodford, Tiffany J. Jackson, Nick Stone, Daniel Clayton. This is about when a heatwave plunges New York City into darkness, sparks fly through for 13 teenagers caught up in the blackout. A first meeting, long life friends, bitter exes, and maybe the beginning of something new. When the lights go out, people reveal hidden truths, love blossoms, friendship transforms, and new possibilities take flight. And it's black-edged too, but I just thought it was really gorgeous. And it's a really kind of like short read as well. Like, really short. So, yeah. Happy that I've got that now. And then I've got here Ace of Spades by Farida Abike Iyemide. I'm not entirely sure how that is properly pronounced, so I do apologise for that. And it says here, welcome to Nivu Private Academy. And next of all, we've got here Ace of Spades. And it says here, where money paves the hallways and the students are never less than perfect until now. Welcome to Nivis Private Academy. Anonymous texter Aces is bringing 2 students dark secrets to light. Talented musician Devon buries himself in rehearsals. He can't escape the spotlight when his private photos go public. Head girl Chiamaka isn't afraid to get what she wants, but soon everyone will know the price she has paid for power. Someone is out to get them both. Someone who holds all of the aces, and they're planning much more than a high school game. An incendiary and utterly compelling thriller with a shocking twist that delves deep into the heart of institutionalised racism. Strong Gossip Girl vibes and a whole lot of mystery. But I've heard good things about this, so I have really high hopes for this. So I've got my hands on that. And then the final book that I got from Tesco's was The Danger Gang by Tom Fletcher. This is his middle grade book. I've been seeing this around quite a lot. A lot of people are picking it up. I haven't heard anything about like how good it is yet, but it's Tom Fletcher and it's green edges and everything. But it seems really easy. There's illustrations throughout. But this is about, ever since a freaky storm, something has been happening to the kids on the Frankie Street. One by one they're changing, becoming a little odd and unusual and magical. At first Frankie's excited to be part of an amazing gang, just like his hero super spy Zach Danger. But soon it seems that there might be real danger in store for Frankie and his new friends. Are you ready to find out what happens? Prepare to meet the Danger Gang. Just remember, shh, it's a secret. So, yes, people getting superpowers. I mean, the Danger Gang. Sounds pretty cool. Can you keep it? Are you sure? Because this one is pretty big. It's all started on a dark and stormy night. I mean, it sounds mysterious. But there's all these illustrations. I feel like this is going to be really fun to read, so I'm glad I got my hands on that. And then from the free bookshelf, I don't know if I'm going to be able to hold these, but I managed to get near enough all of the Pretty Little Liars series. So I own the first one, so then I've got Flawless, which is the second, then I've got the third Perfect, the fourth Unbelievable, the fifth, which is Wicked, number 6, which is Killer, 7, Heartless, 8, Wanted, and then I think this is where it goes a bit strange. I think then we've got 1 missing or 2 missing, and then we go to Ruthless, and then another couple missing, and then we go to Toxic, and then we've got here the final one here, which is Vicious, and this one that says on the front here is the dramatic series finale. So I have got like near enough the whole of the Pretty Little Liars series for a donation from a free bookshelf. Someone was getting rid of all of their Pretty Little Liars series. So if you do watch BookTube and you went to the Tower Park Tesco's and you donated all of your Pretty Little Liars books, I just want to say thank you. They have gone to a new home, and I am looking forward to reading these because I absolutely loved the TV show. But they look so gorgeous next to each other, actually. I'm trying like hold them this way, but yeah, look at these, isn't that pretty? So there you have it, Pretty Little Liars books.